Hi everybody, this is Jen with Unchained Crochet. Just checking in. I've been in a little bit of a crochet funk and having trouble digging my way out of it. Even though I'm in a funk, I'm not very inspired, but yeah, I still keep on, judging through projects. Just don't feel it, So I have been busy doing some things. I have finished the Orchid Cardi and I love her, love her, love her. Great fit. I did have a little bit of a problem with the neckline wanting to curl right there where the button's at, and it kind of bothers me just a bit. So I just undid that button and I think it's still just as cute. I'm going to stand up and give you a show, and then we'll get on to the other projects that I have going. So you can see she's about hip length. And the decreases are noticeable when you do this. You can see the decreases right there, the line of decrease. But overall, they're not noticeable when the arms are down. It's just that line of decreasing that shows a bit. And I decreased on the arms every other row. I skipped doing a shell. So if you remember, back when I showed this in my Designing Mind series, inside the Designing Mind. Oh, my husband's home, of course. I just started filming and here he comes. So I've done bead stitches every other row, and then the alternate rows are a shell stitch of 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet. And then I maintained this 8 or 9 stitch border down the front where the button band is. And I love the color, I love the fit, I love how the arms fall and the neckline and everything. It's just really, really cute fit for me. And you can make one too. Just start out big enough to fit around your neck and increase as you need. I increased, if you go back in the videos, you'll see I increased in every 4th stitch on the 2nd row. And then I just kept going. I believe it was every other row I was increasing, and then every 5 stitches, then every 6th, every 7th, every 8th, every 9th, every 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, until I got to about here. And then I started the lace and divided at the same time I started the V-stitch, I divided my arm stitches. So go back in the video and watch if you want to see exactly how it was done. I don't want to recap the whole thing here, it's unnecessary. All right, back to the other projects that I have going. Here's 2 that are almost finished. I had some Malabrigo skeins laying around that really didn't go together. I was planning to make a patchwork cardi, and so they didn't really go together. So I just decided I'm just gonna make a couple hats real quick. This one's got a longer border to it, and that has a fillet row and then a row of V stitches and just half doubles in between. I will do a tutorial if enough people ask for it. It's a very easy hat pattern. I will not make it in different sizes. You can figure that out for yourself just by increasing the amount of stitches you start with. So here's mine, and I love it, love it, love it, love it. Little beanie. I had planned to make it a newsboy hat, and I just wasn't, even though the stitching looked great, like for the brim it was nice and sturdy, but it just didn't suit the fit on me. I have a hat that I love dearly that's red, and it's like kind of a felted like fabric, and it's sewn, and it has this huge big black flower, and it has a black brim on it. I think the brim is black, but it's just a really cute hat that I paid like 80 bucks 4 years ago, and I love wearing it. It's very sporty, casual, dressy, all of the above. Goes with about anything, even though it's a bright red. I wear it to the store often when I'm in the middle of winter. So here's the other hat. This one's the exact same stitch, but just a little bit deeper. Love it. This one is it's Malabrigo as well. I think I used Malabrigo, is it Rialta maybe? It's the sport weight twist. Got a twist to it. And this one is I would say a dusty, very muted lilac color. Really hard to see, but it's very, very muted. So those two, I love those hats. I'm not really a hat person, so I have to, I have a sensory type thing. I have to feel right in it for me to wear a hat. It takes a lot for me to wear a hat. So I do love those. I think I'm going to wear those often. And another thing, with spring coming, I'm just kind of like, what am I going to stitch on? You know, I love to make sweaters. What else is there? And I'm good at making the sweaters. So, but I'm just like, what else is there to stitch? You know, baby blankets. When Hobby Lobby has their big sale, I'm going to stock up on their, it's like a sugar wheel. I think that's the name of it, that I got a lot of last year. I made a bunch of donation blankets for WIC, and they are so cute to work up in the corner to corner blankets. Very adorable. And then one I did with just shell stitches, and it was just gorgeous. It was a pink and like teal and mint color all put together. Very pretty blanket. So let's see what else is next. The Granny Gone Wild got worn today. I wore it over to Joann's to get the buttons for this and come right home and stitch the buttons on. I was a good girl. And I also put a tag in, which I don't care for these tags. Stitching them on, they're the woven tags from Hobby, however you say it. It says live your dreams. They're kind of finagly to stitch on top of double crochet. So I'm wanting to get some of those tags that you just fold over and tack down, like the leather like ones. So hi babe.
Sorry.
Nothing, videotaping.
Oh,
yeah. Abby says hi everyone, right?
Yeah.
He just came in from work. So the Granny Gone Wild top got worn today. I got a couple compliments on it. People see me at Joann's with it on. They're like, oh, did you make your sweater? Yes, I did. And you know what? It's not really a sweater per se, because it's just two big squares. But it's just so nice to wear out, you know, and it kind of has these faux sleeves to it. And the drape is really nice. And with the shape in the middle, it kind of draws the waist in, I think. You know, it visually gives you more of a waist. So, you know, with the mandala, well, Lion Brand cupcake. It's not mandala. Lion Brand cupcake. That's what this was made with, the baby, which the baby has more flex to it. So it really, you know, the colors, the grays picked up several times. And then that violet, pinkish, hot pink and violet color. So, the baby, mandala baby, works up great for the Granny Gone Wild. So I wanted to try the cupcake, which I have a kimono. I'm sure you've seen my video where I'm wearing the kimono with these colors in it. It was made with cupcake, but I'm wanting to make a Granny Gone Wild with that. Yeah, so that'd be a nice springy colorway without looking like baby colors. And this one is Cupcake in Streetlights. That's the name of that one. And I got 3 skeins. I believe that's what it took for me to finish this one, because they are rather large squares. It's more of a tunic length. Very cozy, comfy, without being overweighted. It has a very light weight to it. The breeze catches it nicely, you know, but it's not so airy that it snags on everything. So I really, really like how that turned out. I'm very happy with it. And these, the cupcakes right now, Lion Brand cupcakes are on sale for half price at Joann's. That makes them about $4, because they're normally $7.99 now. $7.99. So you could also try using the DK Baby from Ice to make it. It would be like the mandala baby, but this is comparable in weight, and I love the colors, and it's got a touch of green without being too greeny in there. And the gray kind of will help ground it a bit. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to use the same flower pattern that I did for that one. Definitely going to just do 2 squares again, because it's just super easy and super casual to wear. Let's see, this here. So I'm working with this yarn, and this is DK Magic Light. It's a DK weight. It is Ice Yarns Magic Light. And you can see it's got some light lavender and violet and plum to it. And then this like, it's kind of between plum and teal. And then it goes into the teal and the light mint. So it's got just a little bit of a subtle value changes throughout it. And if you go round and round in a square, that keeps it, as it's growing, it's not going to do a bunch of pooling where it's all this in one section and all that in one section. If you're growing your piece, then the colors changes will shift some. So this is going to be another tunic, just like that one. I was thinking about doing a poncho with it, like I did the yellow and beiges little poncho that I had on. Everybody thought it was a sweater, but that one was done with 2 grannies on point and then 2 solid grannies for the arm areas. So this, I mean, I don't know. It may become that. I just think that a tunic is just so much more wearable than a poncho. You know, a poncho, I don't know, 6s or 7s, I guess, but this feels more like a garment. So this is just the window pane stitch. It's kind of a granny. 2 doubles, chain 1, skip 2, 2 doubles, chain 1, skip 2, and then when you go back around, you do 2 doubles in your chain 1 space. So this is called the Pickles and Plum. That's what I'm naming it, Pickles and Plum, because as I was stitching with it, I started smelling pickles. I'm like, why do I smell pickles? And then I sniffed the yarn. I'm like, ew. So it must be like, I don't know if they color fast it, make it color fast with a little bit of vinegar or what, but has a bit of a pickly scent. Kind of like what's on your hands after you eat a pickle. Not so much the pickle itself. So Pickles and Plum. I think that's going to work up into really cute, you know, and I could do this for the back piece and then do a flower design in the front, or just a different design altogether. So far I'm still on the first skein for that. Not much of that one left. So it's probably going to be a 2.5 skein project. Maybe 3. Okay, so the cupcake. I also went and got other cupcake. This one I've had started for a little bit, maybe 2 weeks now. And it's got, I did a blanket for one of my granddaughters with this, and it's got a gold colorway that it started with. And then it's got some plum that it switches to. But the cupcake also has some of that speckled look. There's some yellow in there, you know, and mixed in with the purple. But it's got this hot pink, and you know, after dealing with the hot pink for that one, I'm thinking, oh, this is gonna look crazy wearing this, you know, it doesn't. I thought, well, why not? You know, I like the gold that's in it. That keeps it from being too Eastery looking. So I had done a Lucy's Diamonds Ruana and changed it into a cardigan for my youngest daughter for Christmas. And I'm gonna get a picture of that, and we'll put it up here. And she loves it. Every time she comes over to visit, she's got that sweater with her, or she's wearing it. So it's a very easy kimono, but I went and I sewed up the sides and added a 2x2 ribbed border, and then just solid double crochet sleeves. And didn't worry about the color placement. Wherever the colors fell, that's where they are. And I was fine with that. Excuse me while I get a drink of my little Ensure. So I love doing the pattern, and I really like the sportiness of how hers turned out. Hers was done with mandala. I want to say it was centaur, but I don't think it was centaur. It's got a green, couple greens, burgundy, and a plum, and a beige. So hers was very down to earth, college color type deal, very sporty colors, and nice for fall. So I thought I'm just gonna wing it and see how I like this cupcake in that pattern. So I have started it. This is the back, And it is a free pattern online. You can find it through Pinterest. The link is live. If you punch in Lucy's Diamonds kimono. I think Lucy's kimono, it may just be Lucy's kimono. I think it may be. But it's a diamond stitch. I had thought about changing it and putting another little fillet in the middle of each diamond, but then I thought it's hard enough to see the diamonds. I'm not gonna, you know, add more to that. So because of the yellow and the orange, this is really growing on me. Like, I really like the colors. And I am on the second front panel now. So once you get like 7.5 repeats of the stitch, then you start doing the front piece. So I'm on the second piece right here, and on my third skein. I think it's the third. Yeah. So the front panels are going to be kind of alike. I think I've matched up my color pretty well. And then, you know, I'm not going to be fussy with the sleeves where the colors fall. It doesn't matter. So, I believe that's all I have for you today. I'm going to sit and binge a bit on my Knit Picks catalog. I don't order very much from Knit Picks. I need to explore some more of their yarns, really. It just seems like they're geared mostly towards knitting, which, oh, I'm going to have to pause this and show you my knitting project that I have going. Their yarns, I mean, most of the yarns I really do love. They've got a new yarn. It's called Muse Sock. And I'll tell you what, that looks a lot like Malabrigo. That yarn right there. The colors really look a lot like Malabrigo. I am a big Malabrigo fan. I can't afford to knit with a bunch of it, but... And Hawthorne. I wish they would put this Hawthorne in a sport weight. I so wish that would come in a sport weight. But it's a nice sock yarn, and I have made some marled projects with my sock yarns, and a lot of it was Knit Picks Hawthorne, where I held 2 strands together. So let me pause this. I'm going to grab my little knit project and show you that real quick, just because I don't feel up to doing a bunch of videos today. And the knit project, by request, I will do a tutorial for it. It's a kimono cardi, a lightweight one. But it's not for beginning knitters. And it would be something for more people who've at least made a scarf, a hat, and knit, and can understand verbal directions. So, all right, I'll be right back. Okay, so excuse the household noise. Hubby is home. He's in the kitchen where he always is. He's either there, sleeping, or at work. So this is the knit project, and this is a kimono sleeve. So in half, you want to fit, it's going to go right below the bust and be tied right there. So it will be the sleeves / bodice. I have made a project similar to this with a different leaf lace, and loved it. It was years ago, and I got too small for it for a while, and now I've gained some back and wish I had it, so I decided to make one with this yellow. This is the same yarn that I used for this sweater, but it works up quite nicely in the knit stitch. And you can see the little variegation in the color. This is Amber Waves. It is Hobby Lobby Sweet Divinity. And it is a worsted weight, but I think it is a light worsted weight. I'm using 6s, and this is just a leaf lace pattern. It's a mirror image, very easy to do. Once it's steam blocked, that lace is going to blow out nicely. So that is the sleeve and the bodice, and then after the 2 sleeves are done, I will leave an opening between the 2, and then stitch up about 4 to 5 inches or so for the sleeve. And then the rest will go toward the body of the sweater, where you'll pick up and you'll knit stitches, just knit back and forth, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, and until you get the length that you want, and you can increase as you go as well. So this will not be a pattern. Happy to give a tutorial. I do not do patterns. I don't write patterns out. I can give you a hand-drawn chart. You can follow the chart, and if you don't know how to read a chart, I can help you with that and explain how the chart is read. So I do love this. It's very squishy right now, but it's not going to stay that way. You see it's kind of got that ripply look to it. Once it's blocked, it really opens up nicely. And I do use steam blocking on it with the iron, and it's fine with the acrylic. So that will blow it open quite nicely and cause it to have a fantastic drape. Right now it doesn't have much of a drape because it just wants to curl up, you know. It wants to retain the ripply look to it. So that's going to be very nice. And I think I may need to get some more yarn for it. I started something else with this. I'm going to frog it. I started a crochet one, which was very, very plain, double crochet, and decided this yarn really, to show off the subtle color changes, I wanted to do the knit stitch to show off those subtle color changes. So this yarn is a lot lighter weight than it is crocheted. So I thought that would be better for spring. And, you know, it's a color, it's a muted yellow. So really, I mean, you put a tan top with it, or, you know, even a brown top. That would be fine for fall. All right. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining me, and hope to see you again soon.